In today's video, I'm talking to the person who's been catching slack for evolving from codependency, becoming a much better version of yourself, and finally embracing your true authenticity. The moment you start letting go of your codependency and stop people pleasing, it's the moment you start pissing them off. Let's talk about it.
This is the essence of femininity, healing emotion, bold energy, grace in my walk, truth in my voice, loving myself is my...
Hi there. I am the essence of femininity, your certified professional life and recovery coach for codependency recovery. And this is my YouTube channel. I'm Yellow Butterfly. Have you ever noticed that when you start healing and stop playing small, suddenly folks around you don't know how to act? Well, today I want to dive into that big, beautiful mess, as I'll call it. When you go from extreme people pleasing to extreme disappointment of others, and how most of that is really necessary to maintain freedom. Now, let's keep it real. Codependency had us out here thinking our worth was tied to how good we could make other people feel. You bend, you twist, you silence your voice just to avoid conflicts, and you say yes when everything in your spirit is screaming no. A lot of times we call that love, but it wasn't love. It was more like survival. And let's not even act like this isn't generational. A lot of us, especially Black women, were raised to people please. We were told to be nice. Don't ruffle feathers. Don't be too much. Always be accommodating. Be sugar and spice and everything nice. Be respectful to your elders. Be grateful, even when you're uncomfortable. And what did that get us? It had us to be resentful, overlooked, bitter, and a lot more I could add to that. But this is not the time for anybody listening to be offended about what I'm about to say. Because regardless of who you are, this is important that I say this. The world has taught everybody that Black women is supposed to shrink to their liking and their satisfaction. And that is not true. That is the biggest lie ever conditioned to Black women and to everyone else. I honestly believe that this is why Black women are so stared at and surveilled when they're out in public, because it's like others have been conditioned that we shouldn't be loving ourselves and living in our authenticity the way that we are. And now that I've said that, I want to say this, and I say this to everyone that's watching. You want to know when your healing really starts? Do you really want to know when it's going to start? It is the day that you say, nah, I'm good. The moment you start telling your truth, even if your voice shakes when you do it. Here's what they don't tell you. Once you stop people pleasing, your authenticity will trigger other people. Yep, I said trigger. And why? Because when you live your truth, it exposes everybody else's around you who's still hiding. Your peace bothers their chaos. Your no disrupts their control. Your boundaries make them feel powerless, and your healing shines light on their wounds. Let me give you some examples. You used to say yes to every family request. I'm guilty of that. Now you say, I love y'all, but I can't make it. Suddenly, everybody think you better than everybody. Everybody think you're being stuck up. Or you used to laugh off disrespect. I used to do this too. And now you calmly say, that's not okay with me. Now they say, oh, she has an attitude. You used to be the fixer, the therapist, the emotional sponge for everybody around you. Now you don't answer the phone every time they call, and suddenly you're acting brand new. Sounds familiar? You used to shrink yourself at work. I used to do this. Now you speak up. Now folks say you're intimidating or you're too assertive. Actually, you don't even have to say anything at all at work. People can see it. They can feel it. They can sense it, and it interrupts and bothers them because it's a mirror staring back at them. It's showing them something that makes them uncomfortable because it is contrary to what they believe about you in their minds. And it is something that they lack, and they don't want you to have it either. And with all of that said, know this. They don't miss the old version of you. They miss the version of you that made them comfortable. You are not responsible for how people feel about your growth. You don't even have to tell anybody about it. And let me say this again. You are not responsible for how people react to your evolution. Disappointing others is a natural part of healing. Matter of fact, it's one of the first signs you're doing everything right. You're detoxing from the guilt that used to keep you quiet. You're detoxing from the shame that made you seek validation. You are detoxing from the fear that kept you apologizing for having needs. And let them be mad. Let them gossip. Let them fall off. Who cares? Because the truth is, anybody who truly loves you, or they're your ride or die, they're there for you, they will adjust to your truth, not punish you for it. And I know what you're thinking. Trust me, I know. I've been here. I've been feeling this myself. But if I stop people pleasing, I'm going to be alone. No, you're not. Maybe for a season. Yeah. That's the detox too. You clear out the fake connections, the trauma bonds, the one-sided relationships, and you make space for the real ones to come in. And let me tell you, when you live authentically, you start attracting people who don't need you to shrink around them. They celebrate your boundaries. They respect them. They pour into you the way you pour into them. They don't get mad when you rest. They clap when you win. Even when they're still waiting for their monumental moment, they're going to celebrate yours. You don't have to earn that kind of love. You don't have to audition for it. You don't have to do anything. You just be. Your freedom is going to offend somebody. It is. And let it. And let it. I want you to know this. Your authenticity is not a problem. Your truth is not a threat. Your healing is not too loud, and your freedom is going to offend people, and that is okay. You're not here to make everybody comfortable. You're here to live free. Contrary to what people are trying to do, you are here to live free. So if you're in that space where folks are falling off, and I am there, acting brand new, giving you side eyes or spreading rumors, then you're in your right season. You're right where you need to be, because when you heal codependency, you become dangerous to the systems and people who benefited from your silence. You become a mirror. You become a disruptor, a woman who, or a man who is finally choosing themselves. And to that, I say, welcome home. So thank you for rocking with me today. If this message hit home, I want you to drop a yellow butterfly or just a thumbs up in the comments and let me know where you are in your healing journey. And as always, I invite you to schedule a one-on-one consultation with me through my website. And please subscribe and join my community. And let's work together to create the life you deserve, because freedom starts here. Love you deep. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Are you ready to break free from codependency and reclaim your sense of self? Introducing the Essence of Femininity's 21-day Codependency Recovery Mastery Program starting May 1st, 2024. Led by a certified professional life and recovery coach, this program offers guidance and support to help you navigate the complexities of codependency and foster healthier relationships. But hurry, participation is limited and seats are filling up fast. Don't miss this opportunity to embark on a journey of healing and empowerment. The Essence of Femininity, empowering you to reclaim your authenticity and live a life of freedom. This is the essence of femininity. Healing emotion, bold energy.
Grace in my walk, truth in my voice, loving myself is my power.